With this Neil Young Heart of Gold guitar lesson, we'll show you how to play the complete song on acoustic guitar, along with guitar tabs, chord diagrams, and a karaoke practice video. We'll cover it all with the step-by-step approach. For the intro, we'll start with an E minor 7th chord shape, and that's pretty much an open E minor chord shape with the 4th pinky finger down on the 2nd string 3rd fret. Should sound like this. And there are a couple ways to fret this chord shape. I've seen Neil Young use his 2 and 3 fingers to play the E minor 7th. If you want to do that, fine. It's a bit of a stretch, and for most guitarists it'll be a little bit challenging. So we're going to go with the less challenging version in this lesson using the 1 and 2 fingers. And the strum pattern is going to be this. You're going to start by 1 down strum focusing on the lower strings, and then down, up, down, up, down, up. Then we're going to go to an open D, a down, up on that, and then we go to E minor, which is the E minor 7th shape, just without the pinky down. 1 strum on that. Now we're going to connect the D to the E minor. Down, up, down. And then from the beginning, and we'll do that one more time. What follows is a riff, and to play the riff you want to use the right fingers, and that won't be too hard to do. You just keep the same fingers down for that E minor shape, the 1 and 2 fingers. We play the riff. We'll start with the 5th string with a hammer. If you look at the tab, you'll see the curve between the 0 and the 2 on the 5th string. That indicates pluck the open string and then hammer to the 2nd fret. You don't pluck that 2nd note. It's sounded by the hammer. Then we go to the next string. We move up to the 4th string and go 0, 2. Again, we've got that finger already in position. No hammer on that, just plain 0, 2. So if we put it together, the riff, hammer on the 5th string, 0, 2, then 0, 2 on the next string, no hammer, and the final note is the open 6th string. So the riff we'll do that one more time. Now let's connect the riff to the chords. So from the top, 1, 2, ready, go. We'll do that one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. And then along with the rhythm chords for the intro, on the original recording there is a 2nd guitar. You don't hear it so much, but it's playing harmonics along with the strum chords. So we'll cover those right now as well. If you haven't done harmonics, they're a little bit tricky to sound. It's a very subtle thing. You just lightly rest your finger, your fretting hand, along certain areas to get a certain pitch. In this case, it's going to be the 5th string 7th fret. And you want to be directly above the fret. Typically when you fret a note, you're as close to the fret as you can get without touching it. But for these particular harmonics, you want the finger position right above the fret. 4 total harmonics to play. The first one, 5th string 7th fret. Then I use the 4th finger for the top string 12th fret. And then back to the 7th fret position we go, this time the 2nd string, and back to the 1st string 12th fret. Those are the 4 notes. So let's put them together. And we'll do that again. And with that, in the next clip, we're going to review the intro. On the original recording, it's played 2 consecutive times. But what we're going to do is play it 4 times in a row in the next clip to help you get the hang of it. And there'll also be another clip attached to it where I'll be playing the harmonics as well. So you have the option to either practice the rhythm parts in the intro or the harmonics with the next clip. After the intro, we go into the first harmonica solo section, and on the original recording of Heart of Gold, you have drums and bass in the mix along with the rhythm guitars. And so for an unaccompanied performance, which is what we're focusing on, we need to show you a strum pattern that works when you're playing on your own. And my suggestion is to follow the drum beat. And what that means is we're going to focus on the strumming hand to get a basic rhythm down. And that's going to help play most of the song, not only the harmonica solos, but also the verse section. So here's what I mean about following the drum beat. What we're going to do is mute the strings with our fretting hand so we get that kind of percussive sound. And the strum pattern that'll follow the drum beat will be down, up, down, up, down. Or you could also count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And what you want to do is see if you can maintain that for 3 or 4 measures. And again, that's a key to learning most of the song. So let's try this strum pattern a few times. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So if you can maintain that, like that, we've got the basic strum pattern down for most of the song. Now it's just a matter of syncing up the chords. And the harmonica solo starts with a 4-chord sequence, a 4-chord progression. It'll be E minor. In E minor you could fret with either the 2 and 3 fingers or the 1 and 2 fingers. Then C, and I have seen some versions of Heart of Gold where you fret or you play a C/G chord. So not too much of a difference between those 2 C chord voicings, whatever one works better for you. Then a regular D, and then G. G you could also fret with the 2, 3, and 4 fingers. So now we're going to play this 4-chord progression, combine it with the strum pattern. It's played 3 consecutive times. And one other note, we should add the last section, then we'll review it. The last section of the harmonica solo section will be repeating the intro. So let's put it all together. We'll do a slow walkthrough. Here we go from the top. 1, 2, ready, go. This progression, especially the 4-chord sequence, is going to be repeated a lot throughout the song. Again, it's not only for the harmonica solo section, but also the verse sections. And there are actually 2 other harmonica solo sections played later on in the song. So what we should do, so we're going to review this again, because once we get a good foundation down with this strumming pattern and this chord progression, learning the rest of the song is going to be pretty easy. So let's review it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. For verse 1, we'll repeat that same 4-chord progression we did for the harmonica solo, E minor, C, D, G, and we'll play that 4-chord sequence 3 consecutive times, just like the harmonica solo. The only difference will be for the verse section, after we play that 4-chord progression 3 times, we go right into the chorus. So since we already know how to strum the harmonica solo, that means we already know how to strum the verse section. We're going to jump right to the chorus. We'll show you how to play the chorus, then we'll connect it to verse 1. The chorus syncs up with the That Keep Me Searching for Heart of Gold lyric. And we're going to start with an E minor. You can fret it 1 and 2 fingers or 2 and 3 fingers. And the chorus on the original recording, the drums really stand out. You don't hear the guitar as much. So again, I'm going to suggest to follow the drum beat. And that, again, involves that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. The only difference will be for the chorus, we're going to double up on the E minor chord to start. So it's going to be... And then we're going to go to G and do the same thing. So putting those two together. We'll do that one more time. Go to a C chord, and a little stop time here. Here's what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, or down, up, down, up, down. Again, for an unaccompanied performance, I sort of like doing that percussive thing. We'll back it up again, do that C chord section here. And then we repeat that and go to G the second time we play that. So going back to the beginning with the C chord. And one variation you could do, again, when you're playing unaccompanied, sometimes you gotta fill in the gaps, make it a little bit more rhythmic. I add in this variation. Keep strumming a little bit, so that's one option, one variation you can try out. But let's go back and connect these two sections together to start the chorus, starting with the E minor. 1, 2, ready, go. Now, what we just did for the chorus, you're going to repeat that complete progression. You actually play it twice to play the complete chorus. So one last thing, let's go back and we'll play the complete chorus. What we just did, just repeating it, playing it twice. 1, 2, ready, go. So what we'll do next is connect verse 1 to the chorus section. And again, since we already know how to strum both sections, probably the next challenge for you will be to try to sync or time the lyrics or vocals with the chord changes. And what we'll do is the next clip will be at 90% speed, so a little bit slower than the original version, and that should be a good first step. Again, for syncing or timing the lyrics with the chord changes. Now that we've connected the verse and chorus sections, it's a good idea at this point of the lesson to back things up and review again the harmonica solo section and connect that to the verse and chorus sections. Because as far as the guitar goes, the rhythm guitar parts, the harmonica solo, verse and chorus sections will be repeated again after the first chorus. So if you work on connecting those three sections now, it's simply going to make learning the rest of the song a lot less challenging. After the first chorus, we go into the second harmonica solo section, and as far as the rhythm guitar parts go, they'll be played the same as the first harmonica solo. Then we go into the second verse, and that'll be strummed the same as verse 1. One thing I wanted to add in regarding the verse sections of Heart of Gold, on the original recording, there is a second guitar that plays different chord voicings that follow that E minor, C, D, G progression. So we'll go over those. It's sort of a songwriting tip where you have the basic structure of the song, but then you layer different chord voicings to sort of thicken up the sound. And with that, we go to E minor, first finger on the first string 7th fret, then you kind of go 7, 8, 9, just 3 strings for E minor. Then we move up 1 fret. This is sort of like a partial F chord shape. I would just use the top 3 strings. You could have the 3rd finger down on the 4th string, but I don't. I just flatten and get those top 3 strings. That's a C chord voicing. Moving up 2 frets to D. And then for G, we flatten the 3rd finger on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. So syncing those up with the 1 strum. As a bonus, you could arpeggiate them. That sounds kind of nice as well. But you could sync those up if you want, just to hear how they sound with the basic progression. And then regarding the second chorus, which follows verse 2, that'll be pretty much strummed the same as well. There's one variation I hear, and that is in the middle of the second chorus, he plays one of the opening riffs to the song. So let me show you how that'll sound. So that's played in the middle if you want to throw that in as well. So with the next clip, what we'll do is we'll combine verse 2 with the second chorus. Again, we have different lyrics. You can focus on syncing those up, and then you can also practice the variations, and we'll have that second guitar added in as well with those different chord voicings. After the second chorus, we go into the song's third harmonica solo section, and the rhythm guitar parts will be the same as the first 2 harmonica solo sections. So that just leaves us with the song's coda or ending. And to start the coda, we're going to begin with an E minor 7th chord. Similar strum pattern from what we've been playing, but there's a slight variation. We sort of emphasize the higher strings on the last strum. So here's what I mean. Kind of brush those top strings a little bit more on the final strum, and we double it up to start the chorus. So 2 measures of E minor 7th, then 1 measure of D, and 1 measure of E minor. So I guess technically that's a 4-chord sequence, 2 E minor sevenths, 1 D, 1 E minor. Let's put that together. And that sequence will be played 3 times to start the coda. And then the coda ends going back to the progression we played for the chorus. We're going to go to E minor, doubling it up on that, doubling up on G. And we did this with the chorus, and then the same thing as the chorus with the C. And then just a sustained G for the ending. So let's do a slow walkthrough of the coda. Again, E minor seventh, 2 times D, E minor. That progression is played 3 consecutive times, and then we connect that to the same guitar parts we started the chorus with. So here's how it'll sound. We'll do a slow walkthrough. 1, 2, ready, go. In the next clip, we'll review it again, and this time, once you have the progression down, the final challenge regarding the coda will be to sync up the lyrics or vocals with these chord changes. Once you have each section down, the final step is to put together a complete arrangement or performance of the song. And you can do that along with my Heart of Gold karaoke video. And with that karaoke video, you can either practice singing along with Heart of Gold karaoke, playing guitar with Heart of Gold karaoke, or doing both.